Good morning, students. Today, the topic of our discussion is role of technology in education. That means what may be the technology that we use in our education process and what is the role of that technologies. Okay. Before going to discuss about the role of technology in education, first of all, it is important for us to know what is technology. So, this technology, the word technology has been derived from two Greek words, one is technique and one is logia. Now, what technique means? Technique means art or skill, okay, and logia means what? Science or study. So, technology means what? Technology means the study of skill or science of skill. This technology is what? This technology is can be considered as a science, or we can say it is a systematic study. It is a systematic study of what? Techniques, different types of techniques that we use in our educational process, the art, the skill that we use of doing something, okay, of doing something. This is what technology is, and it is said that technology is what? It is the application of scientific knowledge to a practical purpose or problem. Okay, technology what? Technology is the application. Application of what? Application of scientific knowledge. Technology is the outcome of scientific knowledge, yes or not? That's why it can be considered as the application of scientific knowledge to a what? To a practical purpose or problem. This is technology. Now let's know what is educational technology. When those technology can be used in the process of education, it may be different types of technology. It may be computer, it may be projector. Different types of technologies are there, right, nowadays. Because during this 21st century, now we are living in the world of 21st century, and during this 21st century, the technology is advancing day by day, and we came to know about different types of technology. We can able to know how to use those technology, and how to use those technology in educational purpose. When we use those technology in the process of education, can be considered as educational technology. Okay, this educational technology was first used in the United Kingdom in the year 1967, and interestingly, in the same year, it was used in India by the NCERT New Delhi. The full form of NCERT is National Council of Education, Research and Training. Okay, this in the same year when it was used in the United Kingdom in the year 1967, in the same year it was also used in India by the NCERT as by in New Delhi. What is educational technology? Education technology can be conceived as a systematic study of techniques. It studies the techniques, okay? It studies the techniques and methods applied to achieve an educational objective. In order to achieve, that means what? In order to achieve an educational objective, educational technology are of great importance. Okay? Education technology, because education technology can be conceived as a systematic study of techniques. What may be the techniques that we adopt in education situation, and what may be the methods that we use in the education situation during our teaching learning process in order to achieve different educational objective. This is educational technology, and in simple sense we can say the technology, the various technology, it may be technology in education, okay, that it may be hardware and software. The various hardware and software that we use in the purpose of education during our teaching learning process can be considered as educational technology. That you have to keep it in your mind. Okay. Now let's know what is role of technology in education. Here I have given some points, like it helps in identifying and explaining the aims and objectives of education. The first, it is what? In order to identify and in order to explain the aims and objectives of education, educational technology is very much important. Okay, it makes in education more effective through selection of techniques, methods and skills of educational management. It is also one of the important role that technology plays in education. That means what? It makes education system more effective. Makes education system more effective through what? Through selection of different techniques, methods and skills of educational management. Next point, it is what? It increases work efficiency and ability of teacher and student. Yes, it increases the work efficiency and ability of teacher and student, as it reduces the workload of the teacher in an educational institution. Okay, it reduces the workload of the teacher and in the educational institution. And as the traditional things are replaced with new and dynamic changes and discoveries, right, due to educational technology, due to technology that we use in education, due to this the traditional things are replaced with new and dynamic changes and discoveries. That's why education technology is also considered as a dynamic and progressive discipline. Okay, it not only reduces the workload of a teacher and increases the work efficiency of a teacher as well as the student, it also found to be a dynamic and progressive discipline. This is what educational technology. After that, when it is one of the important role of technology. Okay, after that, it makes system of education more effective and fruitful through proper use of audiovisual aids. When you use different audiovisual aids in an education institution, in a classroom situation, and especially in those classroom where there are different types of students, like some may have a problem, some may are visually impaired, some have hearing impaired. So for them different education technologies can be used. It will be beneficial for them, right, especially in inclusive classroom. So this is one of the important role of technology that in education. After that, it helps in proper use of software and hardware equipment in education. There are different types of software and hardware that we can use in education institution, like what may be the software, that may be the presentation, PowerPoint presentation that we can show, that I am showing you this is what software. Yes. After that, TV programming, or we can say television programs, computer programs, these are all what software. They will come on the software which we can't touch. Now what is hardware? Hardware is what it refers to technical equipment like television, or we can say TV, then tape recorder, computer. These are all what hardwares. So educational technology or technology helps in proper use of those software and hardware in educational situation. Okay, so it is one of the important role of technology in education. After that, it makes education more productive. It makes education more productive. As I already told you that it makes our education system more dynamic, right? Because the traditional things are replaced with new and dynamic changes, right? That's why it can be considered as productive, because through technology many people can able to learn new things. Yes or not? They can able to develop their knowledge. They make themselves updated in daily basis. So in that sense, it is can be considered that it is productive. Okay, after that, what is internet? It is also in your syllabus. About you have to know what is internet, as we already know what is internet, right? Now also we are using internet. The internet is what is literally described as a network of networks. Okay, it is what it is computer network. It is considered as a computer network that connecting many smaller networks, or it can be comprised of thousands of smaller or regional networks scattered throughout the world. After that, it provides the fastest, easiest and cheapest means of information. And most important thing, we can you have to know that the basic concept of internet was invented by USA in 1960. But it began for the first time in 1969. When internet began for the first time, it began for the first time in 1969 in the active initiative of what? Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. In short, we can say DARPA, 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 and which is in USA. And in 1969, the American military department started with the ARPANET, that is ARPANET, that is Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. Okay, so this you have to know. After that, let's know about some of the advantages of internet. Internet provides what? It provides information related to education, economy, business as well as medical. Regarding various things, internet provides us different information based on education, economy, business, medical and many other. Okay, it also helps through internet. Important information can be sent and received within the shortest possible time. Yes or not? Within a short time, that means within a short time you can pass and receive information. After that, it is beneficial for the research scholars and workers of universities. Yes, it is very much beneficial for them, because through internet the research scholars and workers of the universities are facilitated in collection of what, in collection of different scientific and relevant data for their project works, right? After that, newspaper can be published overnight through internet, because through internet the informations in the newspaper can be published overnight by the newspaper agencies. It is also an advantage of internet. After that, reservation of train and air tickets can be made available or can be made possible through internet. It is very much important nowadays. So these are the advantages of internet, and there may be lots of advantages. Okay, this point you can keep it in your mind, and you can see some other points also. Regarding email, what email is? Email is what? Email stands for electronic mail. It implies sending message through electronic mechanisms. Here the message is sent quickly by using computer and its internet system. Its user is given a unique ID called email address along with a password. You also have some kind of email address. Yes, you also have email ID where you have to put some password also. Yes or not? Like an email account, but it is important, just keep it in your mind that an email account can store about 30 to 40 messages at a time. An email account can store about 30 to 40 messages at a time. Do you know, in Assam, email services were started. In Assam especially, the email services were started in 1994 under National Information Center. Okay, and in 1996, the Foreign Sansar Nigam Limited Service was opened. And now the internet service was conducted by Bharat Sansar Nigam Limited. Who conducted internet service now? Now the internet service was conducted by Bharat Sansar Nigam Limited. Okay, just keep it in your mind, everyone. So thank you for today's class. In our next class, we will going to start with a new topic of this chapter.